Hey guys, we're here at the 2010 Forrest Wood Cup, Lake Lanier, Georgia, the Gwinnett Center, and this place is absolutely rocking. Y'all know I'm not a greenfish guy or bass guy. I'm obviously a saltwater guy. I'm here with Keith Daffron from Ranger Boats. This booth is it, man. Yeah. This is where it's happening.
Hey, this center of attention here at the Forrest Wood Cup, it's always a great venue for us. And you're right, you're a saltwater guy, but you're learning a little bit about the bass fishing world.
Yeah, I'm learning about this guy over top too. This guy's, you can still hear us. Look, a great thing that's going on is this place is just a great venue for the public to get out and learn. And that's what I'm doing. I mean, these boats are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful, stunning. I mean, I've never seen detail and clarity and fine, just the way the lines lay out. But I have no clue what I'm looking at. If this was a Cayman,
you'd know, wouldn't you?
Extreme, yeah. Babe, Banshee Extreme, we're gone, man. This is. Well, what about this? What is this?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, as you know, Ranger Boats, we cut our teeth in the bass boat world. That's really where the brand got established and where we got to be the center of attention in competitive angling. But we've carried that into saltwater. You know that better than I do. And in much the way we do our saltwater boats, where we've got a lineup that fits each application, we do the same thing. You know, you've got it from a Banshee to a bay in the saltwater world. Well, in bass, it's the same way. We've got 17-footers all the way to the big 22-footers for the Great Lakes. But what we're standing in is a brand new 18-footer, and it's after the core of the market in the $30,000 range, in fact. Wow. So you can buy this new 18-footer. It's got all the features and benefits that the big boat does in a smaller package.
This is 18-foot?
Yes.
I feel like I'm inside my excursion, man. I got a great big
got all kinds of room.
This thing is absolutely. The seats, obviously, what's this made out of?
Hey, we've got vinyl seats, but I'll tell you what's creative about it is they have soft ride suspension underneath them. So in fact, yeah, as you look, there's not a bottom to this seat. And so what it does is, and you're familiar with this,
what that does.
You cross those rough water impoundments, and it takes the bottom out, and it's almost like a seat you'd see in an over-the-road tractor, maybe, something like that.
That's awesome, because I got two blown out lower discs in my back, and man, every time I hit a big drops down hard on the bottom of the hull, throws me out. That's absolutely awesome. Now, all right, I'm looking around, and obviously there's hatches everywhere. You guys obviously got a lot of compartment space. How many rods can I put in this boat?
You can put over 20 rods in this boat.
20?
Yeah, and they'll be kept individual.
And you know what? You know who's got to have room for 20 rods? He ain't around here, but Michael Murphy.
He needs 20 rods, doesn't he?
Yeah, he needs them, all right. If he could just catch some fish. I didn't say that. Sorry, Murph. It's all right. It's all good. No, 20 rods.
That's right.
How about length? What kind of room?
Oh, up to 8-footers. I'll tell you, this is a best-in-class feature. You won't find this on another 18-footer. It has a center rod box. You can put 8-foot rods in there.
I've never seen that.
What that does is, and you know this from the saltwater world, you have to take a lot of tackle with you. And a lot of times we're fishing as buddies. Yeah. So I may even devote one box strictly to you as my friend. We're going to fish for the day. This is your area.
Fish with you.
Yeah, that's right. That's
hey, Murph, you're out, bro.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He's overrated.
He's out now because he won't give me any space. That's
so
awesome.
You've got the rod storage, you've got insulated coolers, and some of the other differentiators in a bass boat is that we got these big, huge front decks because we're not poling like you do in the skinny water. We're utilizing that electric mount trolling motor that's pulling the boat as we fish. So as we get up on this front deck, you're elevated to a point you've got good angle into the water, and some of that's for visibility, but not as much as it is the angle to be able to cast a bait from the profile, skip it down under a dock.
Flipping it, pitching it. Well, I'm amazed we're up here, two of us on the front of this boat.
We could fish all day in this 18-footer and be completely comfortable. And you can't do that in somebody else's boat.
You can't. Now, I keep beating up on him, but you got to watch Murphy. I don't know if y'all seen about 2-3 years ago, he was trying that big old hook to the face, but you still got to watch out for your buddies.
Yeah, you do.
But this is amazing. Now, let me ask you this, because I see a lot of stuff. Tell me about this gel coat, because I've seen some stuff before, but this is a serious gel coat.
The flake, or the polyflake as we call it, it really originated in bass boats, and maybe it's a symbol that you're a bass boater. I'm not real sure, because the fad seems to, it comes and goes, because today you see a lot of wrap boats, for example, just like the dye sub jersey. It's what's in style, but there's a richness to this polyflake that just, I think, helps that pride of ownership. It really doesn't have anything to do with the ability to catch fish or not catch fish. We just think it's cool.
Now, I hate to break from the action, but I'm looking around and I see some pretty big faces in this booth. The first thing I see Hank Parker over here, and I grew up watching Hank. He probably doesn't want to hear that because it means he's been around a while.
Well, he's pretty old.
He's been around a while. I've seen some other great. My buddy Ray Scheid. Ray, man, he's in this Forrest Wood Cup.
He was, Didn't make the cut.
Nah, he didn't make the cut.
But man, what a great angler. You know, he grew up, in fact, he grew up just down the road from us in Flippin, Arkansas, and that's where I went to college, is where he lives today. And what a great fisherman.
He is. I'll tell you what about Ray Schott. I'm going to toot Ray's horn and just say, that guy, do you realize in 7 years he's made this Forrest Wood Cup 5 times?
Isn't that something? That's great.
5 times. But the big thing I've just noticed, if you folks look just over here and down a little bit, you'll see a white cowboy hat.
Uh-huh.
Is that who I think it is?
Yep, that's the man.
Man, Forrest Wood is here.
Been signing autographs all day.
This is his cup. That's Mr. Ranger right there.
And we like to say he'll be the hardest working guy in the booth today.
Oh, I'm telling you.
He'll be here signing autographs, go to weigh-in. He'll do functions after weigh-in tonight, but
I guarantee
he
you I'm
loves
going to get a photograph and an autograph.
He'll be glad to have it.
Well, you know what? He's been building boats for a lot of years, so let's get back to this boat for just a minute.
Yes, sir.
A couple more questions for me. Tell me about this, because Murphy told me a little bit something about this. I had a bass boat a while back. Was not this brand. We'll just leave it at that. And I had some issues with my carpet.
Yeah.
What about the carpet? Am I going to have issues with this carpet?
Carpet's important, and I'll tell you why. Because unlike the saltwater world, where you really couldn't get by with carpet because of the adversity of the salt and the spray and it's just harsh elements, the salt is. In the freshwater world, and especially the bass, you want to be somewhat stealthy. You want to be a little bit quieter. And the carpet does a lot to deaden sounds. You know, you don't think about something as simple as laying a rod down, because we switch rods a lot throughout the day. So when you lay that on the deck, you don't have a pair of pliers, needle nose, whatever. But what we do at Ranger is we use a heavier weight carpet than anybody in the marketplace. In fact, you could take your fingers and try to pry the carpet down to the backing, and you can't. And what that does is that allows this carpet to stand up so much better over time than you see in the other.
Well, there's got to be some padding here too,
There is. We put a carpet pad underneath this front deck, because you spend all day here, and your lower back is gonna take a toll. So we put a rubber pad underneath there that literally is like standing in your bedroom plush carpet all day, and that's such a benefit.
All right, so let me just recap for a second. I got one more good question for you, I think, but we've talked about the fact you got some really nice vinyl seats that are just high quality, beautiful stitching, color matching. Shock absorbers in the seat. I hate to rat on myself, but my wife will tell you I need those shock absorbers because I got a little too much seat back there, but we won't get into too much
Yeah, I'm
detail.
staying away from that.
But that's amazing. Beautiful. The gel coat is amazing with the way it sparkles, it glitters. Carpet, center rod box. Never seen it. I mean, amazing. But here's the thing that I've always heard. Explain to me this hull and the way this thing is built. Because the bottom line is, when you're running, and you know this, I know this, I've done this. Running, you got a tournament, even in saltwater, you get in a 4 foot chop, you're banging. I've seen some boats crack. I've seen some issues. I've personally never heard of anybody tell me they had an issue with a Ranger boat. Well,
here's what we try to do. If you take our running surface and just the hull itself, obviously we've got 42 years of experience that goes into each one of those. So we've learned from the School of Hard Knocks. It's one of the reasons we still continue to support such a broad array of pro staff. We don't choose to just pick 4, 5, 6 guys. We want a broad base of those anglers that put these boats every day in the worst environment imaginable. And if we can build them to stand up to that type of abuse, then a guy like me and you, we're not going to have any trouble. And so it really is from the lessons learned and our experience and the feedback from the anglers that allows us to build a hull that's not only durable, because that's one thing, but it's going to perform broad, in a broad base. It's going to perform better than anything out there. It's going to be better to fish from. It's going to have great hole shot. It's going to ride in rough water very well. It's going to be dry. And you know, it's not always about how fast you get there. Although we've got some extremely fast performing hulls, that's not the most important thing.
Well, man, I got to tell you, we didn't even touch about the trailers. All I can tell you is the trailers give me a break to match the boat. I mean, let's face it, we're all fishermen. You got to have a little bit of that coolness factor in there.
It's pride of ownership. That's right.
Exactly. You got to have a little of that going on there. And personally, I'm sure the wife she'll like the bling bling, so that might help out a little.
That's right. Hey, everybody, here's the way I like to really summarize a Ranger is you take one of our boats and you take somebody else's and you pull them together in tandem, just 2 vehicles, and go to Gas Station USA day after day, night after night, and see which one gets the most attention. There's a reason for that, and the brand is established because of all those things we've already talked about.
Well, Keith, we really appreciate
you
your
bet.
time.
Glad to
Tell
have
us
you
about
here.
The brand. This next year, Real Near TV Outdoors with me and Michael Murphy. I don't know what I got myself into there, but you just have to
I
see
don't
how
either.
it comes. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you get out to one of the FLW Tour events. It's amazing. I've learned so much being at the weigh-in, seeing my buddy Ray Scheid coming in there. You get pumped up and excited. Get to see all these great folks and people. I'm hanging out doing some casting over at my buddy Denali Rods, and we're doing a bunch of cool stuff there.
Yep, good guys.
FLW Tour, brought to you by Ranger Boats, and be looking for us real near TV. I got a funny feeling you'll be seeing me Rangering it up. Catch us next week.